Oh, baby, how can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do. All my life, you're a friend of mine.
It's CC and Adam.
How fancy are we today?
My goodness. 134?
I think so. 134, 135?
Oh, geez. See, I've lost
Together.
count. We've lost count.
I don't have any wisdom to the matter, as evidenced by our test recording earlier this week. Does anybody want to throw out an apology to the Gen X in the group? Blinks.
I don't know about apology, but maybe I came off a little strong.
Little strong. We have upgraded to some new equipment. Upgrading, I'm going to put in kind of frustrating.
Turn things on and off a lot.
We restarted
Upgrade.
a lot of stuff. We have new cameras.
We do?
Nobody cares about this.
Look, after hours and hours, please care about this.
Care about this.
No, this is great. This is awesome. We're going to have new cameras for this episode here that's going on.
Although we were, that reminds me, I've got to record a backup.
Just in case.
Right. Here's what happened. We had a little two videos go viral on TikTok and Instagram.
You're all amazing for making that happen.
And then I learned a new term because right after that, we got shadow banned.
We did.
Now, what is shadow banned, and do I need a lawyer?
We should get a lawyer.
You do not need a lawyer.
Okay.
So what happened, Gen Z? Gen Z.
So
it's equipment hangover.
essentially, like when someone reported our video, essentially, even though they didn't need to.
Reported it because we were talking about how people didn't drink water in the 70s.
Yeah, sometimes when you get TikTok surveys as you're scrolling, it'll be like, is this video appropriate? And so I think someone just clicked the wrong one as they were scrolling. So then TikTok flagged us as inappropriate content and then stopped pushing our video.
Have they met Adam? Adam doesn't
True, they have not met Adam.
Adam doesn't, with his Catholic guilt syndrome, does not have the ability to be inappropriate.
No. All right, I'll be honest. I banned ourselves. I was so guilty about talking about water. Oh, my word.
He bans himself on a daily basis.
Yes.
While flagellating himself, beating himself into submission.
Why did I tell that
exactly.
joke?
We didn't need TikTok to come along and do it too.
Hi, it's me.
So what happens after a shadow ban jail?
Yeah, what?
So our views drop to 20 views a video instead of a couple thousand.
And the 20 views
so
is
hopefully
is
it
me.
picks back up again. Yeah.
Well, did you research how to get over a shadow ban?
Essentially, no one really knows. Everyone's just kind of you kind of have to ride the wave. I texted my other sister who is very TikTok savvy, and she told me to, in quote, email TikTok.
Is that even possible? I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You can email anybody about anything. I do think we should email TikTok.
And tell them that
I would like to request an investigation.
Yes, please unban Adam's shadow ban. We want this fixed.
I tried to contact TikTok. I didn't see a place to contact TikTok, so I don't know.
Weird.
Okay.
Well, I guess we're done.
I guess that was fun.
We've been TikToked. I guess onto YouTube.
Well,
Which
I
you can
guess
subscribe
we should
to.
return these fancy cameras we no longer need.
Maybe, is there any way, can we send a peace offering to TikTok?
Oh, how would we send a peace offering?
Can we do a dance apology video or something?
Do you know
and
what you
email
want to
them?
do? I want to move into a hype house.
Oh, what?
No, you don't.
Wait,
no,
what?
you don't.
Is this a college
Wrong.
thing?
No.
TikTok, when TikTok was first rising to stardom,
Yeah.
they had all of these influencers like Charlie D'Amelio, and they were young, okay?
Okay.
And they
Do you know who that is, Adam? Let's
Absolutely.
run that back a second.
Not even a little bit.
You know who Charlie D'Amelio is?
Okay.
Be
Okay.
nice.
Okay. That's right. Or TikTok's gonna get mad at you. I think.
Yeah, now we're shadow banning.
Yeah, great.
We're in
See?
jail for another year.
I don't know who Charlie is. Now we're in jail.
Okay, so TikTok rose to fame because did TikTok take over from Musical.ly? Was that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was Musical.ly,
And Vine too, right? They kind of merged.
and then I have a funny
Yeah.
TikTok story after this whole thing.
Please.
About our daughter Mallory, who had secretly become famous on TikTok and didn't tell her mother.
Oh, I remember this.
You remember
Yes, that's
She
right.
was in 8th grade.
Yes.
And one of her soccer teammates' mothers said, "I can't believe how many views your daughter is getting on TikTok. I'd never heard of it." I was like, "What?" I freaked out. I go home, I download the app, and she had 1.8 million views or something. I don't know.
It was that many?
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
not that
She had
many.
like 850,000. Yeah, it was crazy.
And she was in 8th grade, and she was wearing all of her school paraphernalia. So people from all around the world were watching her videos, and I'm like, she's going to get stolen. She's going to get trafficked. And so then we did a classic parent move.
You shut her down.
We're like, you never told us about this, so you can't have that app anymore. And we took it away from her. And long story short, she could have moved into the hype house, but nonetheless. So TikTok was really gaining popularity during the pandemic because people were bored.
Right, in their home. What else are you gonna do?
And so a bunch of these influencers came on the scene, Charlie D'Amelio being the biggest one, and they moved her and all these other young people into the same house. Kind of like maybe your generation would remember the Real World on MTV. Or is that my generation?
No, I remember.
It was like that. It's called the Hype House.
Which for some reason through the CGS Catholic Guilt Syndrome, I wasn't allowed to watch. Which is probably for the best. But
I had to watch Real World.
no. I was living my own real world.
I wasn't allowed to watch MTV when I was growing up.
When it was actually music.
I only watched, yes, it used to be music videos. I only watched it secretly at my friend's house. Well, confession.
When they were asking, do you know where your child is at 10 p.m.?
Did
It's like what I did with SpongeBob.
You were, whoa, wait a minute. You didn't let them watch SpongeBob?
I don't remember that. Why wouldn't I have let you watch
You didn't.
SpongeBob?
You didn't let us watch SpongeBob.
I didn't?
First 3 seasons, classic.
No. I'm the oldest child. I had a slim pickings from the TV cartoons.
I don't remember banning SpongeBob. I do remember hauling you off to summer camp in a life jacket.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
when that was not necessary. And then I got the stinking wristband because I didn't understand that with the swimming test, you couldn't touch the bottom of the pool. So I was just like walking across the pool.
Listen,
And they were like, yeah, you can't do that.
Adam's an oldest child. He knows what it's like to be the practice child.
Yup, exactly.
Apparently banning SpongeBob. Now we've got our Zane, and he's on Fortnite. All manner of time in his room by himself.
What's up with this?
YouTube, all the things.
Yeah.
Youngest kids have it the best. You guys get to do everything. You get away with everything. As long as you're clothed and fed, you're good to go.
Do you know what?
Literally.
Do you know what the
Yeah,
youngest
right.
Riz told me this week? We're sitting in the hot tub having a conversation. And he goes,
With a life jacket on.
see, again, I couldn't even find a life jacket in my house if I needed one. So we're sitting,
Not a chance.
sitting having a
Fourth kid.
conversation. He just scored all of 59% on his pop quiz.
Oh,
He's so mad at his teacher because he's like, what kind of teacher has a 28 question pop quiz? And he's so mad. And I was like, it's her right to have a pop quiz. And I said,
true.
I'm a little concerned about your academic performance. And he goes, I'm an academic weapon.
what does that even mean? What?
Would you like an explanation of academic weapon?
Oh, please. Oh, is this a thing?
That's not what it sounds like.
Like, I am an academic weapon in my family. Piper calls me for math help because I am the academic weapon.
I believe
Brayden, the
I
physics major, is the academic weapon.
Uh-huh.
Like,
But-
we're good at school.
Right. So why would Zane think that he was an academic weapon? He was obviously joking after the 59%.
Yes.
He doesn't
'cause-
exactly-
And, like, if you can show up to class pretty much unprepared and ace a pop quiz, you're like the true academic weapon. Like, you didn't need much preparation for it. So
Well,
in
yeah,
Zane's mind, he's an academic weapon. In reality,
he's a weapon.
not as much.
He's just a weapon.
Yes.
He's just.
Yes.
He's just a.
Send thoughts and prayers over that one. Okay, so speaking of your academic weapon physics fiance, you have some big news for the podcast today.
Oh.
I do. He got his dental school acceptance yesterday.
Hey, go Brayden. All right. Now, you guys excited
Yeah.
because he made it or because you're getting free dental care for life?
Free dental care.
There it is. Ding, ding. There it is. That's amazing. Congrats to him.
Can
Thank
I
you.
tell
Yeah, we're
you-
excited.
Can I tell you what I'm really proud about? I am
Yes.
proud that he got accepted, but I am more proud that he showed a great level of perseverance because that did not happen for him last year.
Mm.
He and Ellie both
True.
graduated from college in Brayden did in 3 years. You did in 2.5 years. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Yep.
Brayden graduated academic weapon, right? Graduated college in 3 years. Ellie in 2.5.
Getting launched.
And so he'd wanted to go to dental school right out of college, but that didn't happen. And so he was an engineer for a while.
That's
and
awesome.
then he figured out that he could go
Yep.
to this medical master's program for a year to increase his chances of getting into dental school. So that's what he's been working on.
Wow.
And I'm proud that he got into dental school, but I'm more proud that he persevered and he was okay. This path didn't work, so let me figure out another way.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a huge skill in life.
Wow. Absolutely.
For sure.
My word. Because he's got a long road to go yet. This is a big step. But because how long are dental students a student?
4 years, and then
Oh.
another 2 to 3 if you specialize.
Wait, what specialize? Like,
Like if you were to become an orthodontist or an oral surgeon.
You know.
like the master's degree dentist, if you will.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
following.
Yes.
Good for him.
So I'm really proud of you guys. And I'm glad, unlike the Pioneer books that I'm still reading, I don't have to take a stagecoach and a week-long train to visit you and my future grandchildren.
Who will be farming by the age
That's
of 4.
way down the line. Let's yeah.
Growing live
Is
weeds
it? Yeah.
out there in the West.
That's amazing. Because like I was thinking about it with dental school, because you had mentioned that he was getting to this a few months ago and everything, and that is some serious tough work.
Mhm.
Because most people think, oh, it's teeth, whatever you clean, you're good to go. But
Is that what most
it's,
people
you should ask people what they think about dentists. Really. Well,
It's
not
true.
like badly, but right. Yeah, exactly. And then you hear what they have to learn and do and everything. Because dentists have what people say in the work world. They have like a perfect schedule
Yeah.
and everything.
Well, duh. That's why an academic weapon would choose that as a career.
They want to blow up that schedule and be off.
I'm going with this.
I'm proud of him. How about that? I'm very proud of him. And tell him I brush twice a day. I'm going to make a good impression.
You'd feel
Will
guilty
do.
otherwise.
I feel guilty otherwise. That's right. Otherwise, I have to email TikTok. I don't floss or brush enough or whatever. So
No, but he does have like a human anatomy cadaver lab his first year.
what? What's a
Is it just the heads?
No, because they do it with the medical school. So your first year of dental school is almost identical to the first year of medical school.
okay? Wait, I'm a GED over here, so I'm just going to take a seat.
My sister used to volunteer at the dental lab at her college. And she said that when she was in the lab, it was just the heads. She said that they saved the
Yeah.
heads for the dental students and then the bodies went to the medical
And-
school.
Wait,
Yeah, true.
wait, where did this conversation just turn? What are we talking about? Wait, are these like practice heads?
Of course.
What?
Do you want to volunteer?
No. I still have 2 baby teeth. They would ream me for hours. No way. This is fascinating. I never knew. So this is how they practice. They have like dummy heads. I mean, of course you wouldn't use real heads.
They're real heads.
Like
If you donate your body to science,
Oh, this
it
is-
goes wherever they want it to go.
this is AD after death. That's what we're talking about.
No, Adam, they behead live people. It's a very secret society.
Look, I go every 6 months for cleaning. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So
Don't sign any paperwork.
all right, we're going to fill in your cavity today, and would you like to text your family goodbye? Why? No, I didn't know what was going on. I've never heard this at all. Practicing dummy heads, what the heck?
He keeps calling them dummy heads.
Or what are they?
Cadaver?
Is that what it's called?
I think you should stick with podcasting.
I think you're right.
I agree.
I'm also instantly terrified of any dentist ever.
So, in medical school,
Yeah.
to practice the different things that you need to practice,
Yes.
you practice on cadavers.
Okay. All right. So that's the name of
Yeah,
of
a cadaver is
the not a live head.
It's a dead body.
No, I'm just having fun with this. I don't care what generation you are. This is kind of fascinating. I've never heard anything like this in my life. I had no idea. So they can clean on the teeth and work on the teeth. Because they're not alive.
For that, it's just their anatomy lab. So they're just learning like complete human anatomy. But they do have like dental dummy heads that can like, and like dummy bodies too that can like bleed and they can cry and they can like twitch so that you can practice on what like an actual patient would be like.
Oh my Amy. Maybe we've gone too far with this conversation.
How does a dummy head bleed?
I don't know. I figured this out yesterday. I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently it's a thing.
Isn't this fascinating though? It's
very
kind of super creepy, and you probably shouldn't eat by listening to this episode, but it's super fascinating.
I'm just glad medical science has come further than in the pioneer days, because in the book I just read yesterday, Paw got in a mining accident and they had to amputate his leg.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Every chapter Paw is going through it.
But
it just gets worse.
It's a Christian book, and they figured like, because then Paul kind of turned into a temporary pastor after he lost his leg and he couldn't farm, and they're just always seeing the good in everything, you know.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I could adopt that theory in life.
I know. I'm trying to learn as
well. Sorry. Like when they're out of that one grocery item, life is good. Life is fine. Everything's good. I'm walking miles of town. Mm-hmm. You've been on a big prairie kick lately.
I am in my prairie girl era.
Listen to the previous Momlennial episodes. There's a little prairie segment every episode.
I thought about getting into making sourdough.
Oh.
And then apparently you have to watch the thing and you have to feed it at the right time.
This is a huge thing, especially in the millennial generation right now. Honestly, the
True.
place I live with my friends, they're doing this right now.
They're making sourdough?
It's a newborn baby.
Yeah.
You have to feed it. You have to change it. You have to take it out for walks. You have to take it out of the fridge for a little bit because it gets temperature sensitive, but then it has to go back in the fridge after you fed it with like live.
Sounds kind of like you have a secret sourdough habit you're not telling us about. You know an awful lot about. Is there like a young lady in your life?
Let me make you some sourdough.
Yeah, let's practice on this baby before we get married and have our own.
I know. If there was anything not conducive to my personality, it's making sourdough. I don't have the patience.
True.
I don't have the organizational skills.
I don't think you'd be on board very long.
Last night, you were over in the studio, and we were trying to get this new technology, which is not hard, up and running. And at about 9 o'clock, I go, I'm really tired.
You're like, I'm done. I'm clocking out.
Can you imagine me trying to with a sourdough? With you?
Oh my gosh. Well, then I'd have to dog sit for you guys and sourdough sits.
Can you feed the starter, please?
I just give like a Twix bar or something and see what happens.
Now, Ellie, you seem like a sourdough girly.
You'd be on.
I have thought about it. I will say I was given a croissant making kit to make like French pan au chocolats.
Oh.
And I'm doing that tomorrow, and I'm very excited about it.
What is that?
That sounds amazing. Yeah. Do you make your own dough, or is it all laminated for you?
I think you have to. It doesn't come with butter, so I think you do have to laminate it.
Oh.
But it comes with like all the mix and like the yeast and stuff. So I'm excited to play around with it tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
That sounds fun.
Can these be shipped?
It's like a gateway drug to sourdough making.
I love it. The first step in a long journey down the drain. Wow. That sounds amazing. Wow. Well, I'll let you guys know how long it lasts at my place, and I can give you tips on how to keep that sourdough alive. We called it Melchizedek.
You called it Melchizedek?
You name your sourdough. That's a thing, too.
Melchizedek?
Yeah, instead of Melchizedek.
Now, that's a Bible?
That's a Bible name. Yeah.
What was Melchizedek known for?
Bread making. Something.
Melchizedek. Who in your life is making sourdough? Is this the people that you live with?
Yes.
The people that you cared for their chickens?
No, that's a different homestead.
I think it's so funny that I'm in my Prairie Girl era reading the books, and you're living Prairie Girl era. This is not going to help you take a wife.
No.
I'm a Ferd.
No, nothing helps a 33-year-old man's pride more than being a Prairie Girl.
Now, do you have to feed it for these people, or do they just take care of it themselves?
Luckily, it's worked out where I haven't really had to, but I've watched the process. I mean, it's like this flour compound and some other kind of powder and like a little bit of water. But if you feed it too much, it gets sick and mad. But you need to feed it right at the exact level. And same if it's too little, it also gets mad. And by mad, I mean it dies. So donate it to dentistry. And then from there, it goes like, I guess you can kind of bring it back, but maybe not. I don't know. It's a lot going on.
Yeah,
but
I see people like drying out their starters and then they like send it to people so they can make their own starters. It's a whole thing.
Yes, ours is an offspring.
Yeah. You can buy kits on Etsy. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
This is huge right now. Huge.
You seem to know a lot about it.
And I don't even do it. It's all observation. But I get the free bread and pancakes out of it.
That sounds nice.
It's next level.
Are sourdough pancakes delicious?
The best. They're thick. They're fluffy. You just put syrup and homemade jam on it. Because, of course, we're on the prairie.
Yeah.
So good.
That's
so good.
That's
so if you listening do this sourdough, please chime in on one of our either Instagram or YouTube. We want to hear if you're doing it. If you can see
it. We've probably just offended.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to get banned because we're talking about dead dummy heads.
Yeah, like these people are suffering.
Is this appropriate for TikTok? No.
Yes, not at all. Not at all. Trial and error, baby.
Mom, close to 2 million views. I mean, come on. Yes.
We are. We're at like 1.7. But I was going to say, didn't you have kind of a sourdough adjacent experience this weekend making pie crust?
I didn't hear this story. You got to spill. You got to spill the crust now.
You just asked me where the pastry cutter was, and I told you where I think it was, and I guess it's not there.
I think you stole the pastry cutter.
We have two. We have a black one and a white one.
I think you took mine.
I took my white one. Grandma gave me the white one.
Okay.
I don't even know what a pastry cutter is.
Okay. Dave's birthday was last week. Dave is not a birthday cake guy. He's a pie guy.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't make pie that often, but I can make pie crust. The one thing that my mom said is, Cece, it's not that hard to learn how to make a pie crust. Don't go to the store and buy one. Make your own. So, but I probably make a couple of pie crusts a year, Thanksgiving, and then Dave's birthday. He wanted a strawberry pie.
Ooh.
So we use butter flavor Crisco in the pie crust. And birthday morning, I'm scurrying around before church. I have my farmhand apron. No, I'm just kidding. I text Ellie. I'm like, do you know where the pastry cutter is? Because what you do with pie crust is you cut up the butter and then you pour ice water in the flour and then you chop in the butter into small bits with a pastry cutter.
Oh,
it just kind of cuts it in. Yeah, that's the way you do it.
Okay.
But Ellie stole my pastry cutter, so I don't have one. I wasn't really sure what to do.
That's not true.
Thrown under the bus.
You can make pie crust in a KitchenAid mixer. And so I transferred methods and I did that. And I made the most beautiful...
Did you do the mixer or the food processor?
I'm sorry, the food processor. So then I make the most beautiful pie crust I've ever seen in my life.
Aww.
It was pretty round.
Yeah,
I did the thing where you roll it over the rolling pin and then you roll it back onto the pie plate. And I was so terribly proud of myself. But then it's a single crust pie. So then you got to weight it down you put a piece of parchment paper over the pie crust and then you fill the pie with rice. What that does is then when you cook it, the rice weighs down the pie crust if you don't have pie weights. Okay?
So you don't get weird bubbles and like bumps. And so it's all flat.
And then with strawberry pie, you don't want to get a bubble that cracks because then the filling seeps under the crust,
and then you got a pipe leak.
Yes.
Yep. Don't want that.
You know a lot about pie crust and sourdough.
I know a lot about pie.
So anyway, I didn't have rice, and so I used quinoa instead.
Oh, that's healthier. Did it work?
Well, you just offload it into the trash when you're done. It's like less dense than rice.
Yes.
So I'm pouring off the quinoa, and to my shock and horror,
Oh no.
the whole crust went into the trash can.
No.
Oh, no.
That's really sad. I would feel awful if I was in the
So
room.
I stand there, and I'm almost crying. And Dave comes over and he puts his arm around my shoulders and he's like, "It's okay. We don't have to have my birthday strawberry pie."
Oh.
I have enough stuff to make another. And the second one was ugly and misshapen and not as beautiful as the first pie crust in the trash. But we had delicious strawberry pie.
Aww.
After the farming and the milking and the chores were done, we came in for some birthday pie.
And the pastry chopping.
And we gathered for Sunday services.
My
All
word.
the things.
Stein paws cast. Wow.
Okay, one more thing though.
Yes.
While we wrap it up. This episode's coming out the day after the Super Bowl. We're obviously recording it before said Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Do we have any predictions? Any halftime show predictions? Any score
Chiefs.
predictions?
Chiefs.
It's going to be the Chiefs. Yeah.
How about you, Ellie?
I'm kind of hoping for the 49ers. I really
You
am.
live in Kansas
Internal
City.
traitor.
And your husband's
Yes.
going to dental school in Kansas City.
That's right. He might work on Travis Kelce's mouth one day, and you're against them?
He's got a private dentist or something. I'm sure he doesn't
You
go to
know.
a regular dentist.
Yeah, you know he does.
Yeah, that's my prediction. Do you want to be the odd man out, or are you hoping for the Chiefs too?
I think logically, the 49ers would be great because I'm kind of digging Brock Purdy the more I know him. Just a cool guy, 24.
True.
Imagine winning Super Bowl, 24
He's
years.
24?
He's a kid. He's young.
He's young. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a football weapon.
He is a That's right. That's right. Yeah, he's going to take a Chiefs with them.
There you go.
You know who I like on the 49ers? Use Check's wife.
Oh, she just got her NFL deal.
I know.
It was so cool.
Okay.
I was so proud of her.
This does have a Taylor Swift connection. A couple weeks ago, Taylor Swift shows up at the Chiefs game with the coolest puff jacket I have ever seen.
Okay.
Turns out it was made by one of the players of the 49ers' wives, who's a fashion designer named Kristen Juszczyk.
Oh,
And then she made, who is the guy from Twilight who's from Hudsonville?
Taylor Lautner.
Then she made Taylor
right.
Lautner a custom Lions jacket when the Lions were still doing well.
Jeez.
She is.
Yeah, they delivered it to the field. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they delivered it to Ford Field in time for the game. It was so
Yeah.
cool.
So she's now this fashion designer that I follow on TikTok. She didn't get shadow banned. She's fine. Nobody reported
She's
her.
doing just fine.
She's doing
Yeah.
just fine.
She didn't talk about dentistry.
Just this week, she came out with the official NFL licensed coat, which is gorgeous. So I love following talented people. So I'm rooting for Kristen Juszczyk to win the Super Bowl.
Did you see?
With her
Did you
designs.
see? Well, because they're auctioning off the puffer vest she made, because she made a puffer vest that just says Super Bowl on it, like it's not team specific. And her mom died of breast cancer when she was 19. So they're donating all the proceeds to like the breast cancer foundation.
That's cool. That's cool.
I
Behind
know.
that. Aw.
She's a sewing weapon.
sewing weapon.
She is. Well, because and that was cool because she's a sewing weapon. Because is it they're married, right?
Yeah, I don't know her husband's name who plays it. He's very good looking.
So he came out for their introductions.
Such a girl conversation right now. Oh my.
No, he came out for their intro.
For 15 minutes.
I did, but it's about he's a dough. He's a bro.
That's true.
He's a dough bro.
No, but he came out of the tunnel for the 49ers game with scissor hands because of his wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's cool. Way to support the
Loving
misses. Wow. Oh, I love that. All right.
We gotta get you to take a wife.
Oh, jeez. Now, is this WAF or WA or
Waf.
what? Because there's...
With your bread. Since you
There you go.
are a self-prescribed bro dough. Dough bro.
Yo, girl. Want to hang out with us?
Bro dough.
If you want more of the Momlennial podcast, well, then subscribe. That way you'll get new episodes without having to do the work, and that's totally our jam.